Hi guys, this is Jerry, welcome to the channel. Today is another drive and talk video about the MG4 Essence spec. This particular update was done around December in New Zealand and Australia. So if you're picking up a brand new vehicle from December onwards, you should get all these updates available from your dealership. Based on my experience, based on my assumption, based on my notification or notice during daily drives, these are my findings, what they have done for this particular update. Small disclaimer, it's not guaranteed all these updates I mentioned are 100% correct. So it's just purely based on my assumption really. Based on my daily drives, I've noticed these few changes overall. And another thing, I do not guarantee I'll make any of these videos in the future, so don't subscribe if you want more future updates about these. As I've mentioned in the previous video, the MG4 system updates are not guaranteed or not giving notification, at least to me, to salesperson. So whenever I have a demo car, refreshing 3 months or 2 months or whatever, I will be able to test all these features to see if they're the same or not the same, if there's any update. So I do not guarantee future videos will be something like this. But if you do find this video helpful, if you like the channel, don't forget to subscribe and like, that would be really helpful. For this particular system update, the version number will end at R11. So a lot of new or early vehicles, the version number will end up at R05 or 04, something like that. Now it's ending up at R11. So if your vehicle has R11, ignore this particular video, has nothing contribute to that. But if your vehicle is older than that, maybe you could watch this video to make your decision whether you need to get updates or not. But again, your MG dealership, it's not compulsory for the MG dealership to do every single update for you. There's no such a standard in the MG system as far as we know, at least at the moment. So right, let's go to the first thing, that's related to adaptive cruise control. So on the last version, when you drive the vehicle under adaptive cruise control, if you're going up and down the adaptive cruise control lever, and the vehicle will change the speed by increase by 5s. So that means if let's say we're setting 90k right now, I'm going to click up, single click, it's going to be 100. It's going to be 95. Then second click, go 100. If you do want to increase one by one, you just push and hold. It'll go 91, 92, 93, all that things. Now they have changed this way, the way of increase and decrease on the adaptive cruise control. So now if you click once, it's only gonna go up by 1. So 91, click second, 92, third, 93, so on. And then if you push and hold, so push and up and hold, it'll go 95, 100, 105, so to speak. So yeah, that's just the way. Some people ask for it, some people do not like it, some people like it. It's up to you. I personally, I find 50-50 on it, because all the other MG cars, incremental, it's always 5. So go up on the lever is by 5s, 90 to 95 to 100. I personally am used to it. I'm totally fine to go 95, 100, because New Zealand speed is always just, by 10s. So totally fine to go 5 by 5, not 1 by 1. So that's the first thing about the adaptive cruise control, increase and decrease. Next thing, we have the cruise control distance control. So what it was used to be like is whenever you jump inside the vehicle, your cruise control distance control, when we set the cruise control, it's always on 3 bar. So that's the longest distance. No matter how you set it previously, when you start the vehicle, it's always on number 3, the longest distance. Now, when you start the vehicle, it actually memorizes your last setting. For me, I've always selected between 1 to 2. So I'll select the 1 this time, when I lock the car, jumping back in again. When I start the cruise control again, it will just start at 1 now. So it's not gonna go default back to 3. Personally, I don't have problem with it. It's totally fine whether it's memorized or not, because it's totally fine to go longest distance whenever you start the cruise control, as it's safe to do so anyway. And pretty much majority of the cars on the market will memorize your distance, or sometimes don't memorize the distance. I don't really pay attention to it. It doesn't really matter for me, but at least they changed it. So some people can say, oh, it memorizes your settings. Anyway, that's the second one. The third one is, this is important, a lot of people didn't like it when they first got the vehicle. It's actually default on a lot of MG cars. When you go around the corner on adaptive cruise control, the vehicle automatically slow it down. So that means it's at least safer, slightly safer on the bend road, and when you go around the large sort of turning on motorway specifically, or country road. Now that bend, or that slowdown around the bend, is actually dramatically slowed down on this particular software at least. So if I'm going to turn the steering, you notice there's not much of a sort of noticeable change based on the cruise control or based on the adaptive cruise control speed, even if you turn quite hard. Before it was quite aggressive, I can feel it. I mean, a lot of people didn't like it, although it's safety feature, you know. So yeah, they listened to us, I guess they listened to us, and they improved that a little bit, and definitely a little bit more enjoyable. At least when you go around a bend around motorway, you do not have to tap the accelerator to override it, so the car does not slow down too much. So that's the third one. And next, this is something I like: traffic jam assist. I pretty much use traffic jam assist on all MG cars 24/7 whenever I have cruise control. So before that, this is purely on my assumption, purely on my notification, based on daily drive. On the adaptive cruise control, if you switch to the traffic jam assist, obviously the vehicle handle your steering, will help you to steer a little bit. You can feel the steering is quite sharp and the handling is quite aggressive. So that means whenever you you're not driving in the right center of the land marking, you can feel the steering correcting for you, but that correcting motion is quite strong. It's not really soft, not pleasant. Now I feel it's improved a little bit. When you drive on motorway, slow speed, when it's on traffic jam assist, you can feel the steering, sort of that small correction or small assist is a little bit more comfortable. Yeah, again, I quite like it. I do enjoy that. Helps a little bit, I suppose, if you like the traffic jam assist. And next, that's a good feature. I'll be 100% happy with this feature. So on your swipe down menu on your main screen on the MG 10.25 inch display, when you do a swipe down, it used to have things like central locking, whatever. Now they finally added, it's called the emergency lane keeping assistance, or lane keeping, or emergency lane departure, whatever you want to call it. So that means you don't have to go into the vehicle and tap the driving or tap the MG pilot and go down to switch off the traffic emergency lane keeping or whatever you call it. Instead, just do a swipe down the center screen and press the button to switch that off. So very, very nice feature, as a lot of people have been complaining about the MG traffic, the lane keeping control quite a lot. Now you can do a quick adjustment to switch it off. So yeah, that's a good improvement. Again, they're listening to us or listening to customers to improve these features or software. And next one, we have another feature that I think, again, based on my judgment, based on my experience, has improved quite a bit. It's called the speed sign recognition. So basically, when the vehicle goes through different areas, it pick up proper display the speed sign, then it display on the dashboard, whether it's 100 or 60 or whatever. If you go over that speed limit, it's gonna, give you an indicator or give you a flash on the numbers. So right now, I've noticed on New Zealand road, at least in Auckland, for these few weeks of driving, it's definitely improved a lot, especially on New Zealand motorway. When I used to driving on Highway 20, it would pick up Highway 20 as a speed sign and display on the 20, which doesn't make sense at all, because you're driving on motorway, the speed limit over there is either 80 or 100 somewhere. And now it's much, much better. So it's ignoring that sign now, so that's good. It's making that sign a useless sign, because that Highway 20 is not really a speed limit, so to speak. At least in my majority of the experience, that sign is not being picked up anymore. And in a lot of cases as well, I've been noticing a much more accurate speed sign displayed when driving in certain areas. The accuracy is definitely getting better. So good improvement for daily drives, at least for my personal opinion. And again, that's just my assumption. I think they improved that. So yeah, good on you, MG. And next feature is on the center screen if you use CarPlay or Android Auto a lot. So MG CarPlay or Android Auto is now not full screen. I don't know how to phrase that better. So it used to be a full screen display. I'll show you on the screen, of course. So that means you can see everything and you can touch everything, all that things. And the MG CarPlay will just take over the whole screen. But now you actually have a top display bar, the status bar on the top. So that means you can actually see the vehicle, let's say temperature or aircon, things like that. You can see the 4G connection on your MG SIM card. You can see the music or radio, whatever is playing on the top left. So you have a permanent display status bar, so you can see all this information. And your MG Apple CarPlay or Android Auto screen is actually shrinked a little bit. So yeah, I'm totally okay with that. I don't have a problem with that before. I don't have a problem with that after. Although I'm pretty sure some will find it very useful because you can see the aircon display permanently instead of searching for aircon, don't know what's going on with the settings, everything. Only a small thing, because Apple CarPlay is the main display over here, you cannot really do anything about the top display menu. That means if you're in the Apple CarPlay screen or Android Auto screen, you still won't be able to have access to do a quick drop-down menu or do a quick aircon menu, whatever. And the next one is only related to New Zealand customer, especially around Auckland. So before the update, we couldn't have the Auckland time. We only have a Wellington time, and the Wellington time is totally wrong. It's like plus GMT plus 0 or whatever. Obviously Wellington was GMT plus 13, I believe. So now we have finally got the correct Wellington time, and we have got Auckland time as well. Alright, that's the end of this video. If you find this video helpful, please don't forget to subscribe and like. That would be really helpful for the channel. As always, I will see you next video.